paying on the average 12 cedis per litre.
Yes.
In the next 2 weeks, they will still be paying 12 cedis per litre or even less. Because that 1 cedi, instead of it moving, a litre moving from 12 to 11, that 1 cedi will kick in, and then instead of them paying 11, they will still be paying the 12 they are paying today. This is a smart move. And they're saying that they don't use just fuel, but they use peppers. We all know it. We all know it. But when we brought that 15% reduction, can you tell me honestly that our drivers reduced their fares too?
Some of them have.
Some, not all. And people have been calling. I think even last week we were here. Why government has not used some force? We are in a democracy. It's a free market. Transportation is key part of our development. Now government share in terms of the public transportation is minimal. And it has been the private sector. Even with the private sector, some have reduced their charges. So you want to move from Kumasi to Accra, you go. There's VIP, there's OE, there's STC, there's this Ford, there's 207, and all that. You have a right to choose. You have a right of choice. Some will look at how fast the car runs. Some will look at their convenience. Some will look at their charges. So you realize that when you go to Asafo right now, some are taking 100 cedis, the same Accra. Some are taking 80 cedis. Some are taking 120 cedis. It is your own choice as a traveler to make. Whether to look at your safety, to look at how cheap or how expensive, it is your right. So we have this room. If you not reduce it, there's the next one that I will use. But the drivers must also understand that anyhow they look at it, they are not going to pay more. They are not going, for instance, it being 12 cedis now. I know that by next week it will not be 13 cedis a litre. I'm even praying that it will even come down more because of the stability, seeming stability of the dollar, CD dollar, with the exchange rate. So the drivers must also understand this. We need to do more engagement. I heard some people saying government should do more engagement. I understand.
But why don't
I understand.
Why don't you do that?
We are engaging. That's why I'm here.
Why would they engage? Even when you are beginning to implement the tax.
The implementation will take. It was supposed to, yes. So and then those in charge says we should give them a week.
So just
for it to kick in.
Just look at what
yes.
For many, they think that it was an autocratic way of dealing with this.
Never.
Because you put together the letter, you serve them on Sunday, and then you ask them to implement the levy on Monday.
You are making it look as if it didn't go to Parliament.
No,
it went to Parliament, and in Parliament, we are in a square here.
Yeah.
We have a rep there representing us, our interest. In Ishiaso, where I'm coming from, I have a rep in Parliament. So you can't say I'm unaware. I would appreciate the fact that for me as a communicator, I'm happy you have brought this topic today and you opened your phone lines. We have listened. You can even see that from your those who phone in, some have accepted the fact that there's a looming crisis and that we should all bear with government. My duty today, this morning, someone has heard for the first time that it's not going to be any addition at the pumps, but the arrangement is that the next price window, instead of it coming from 12 to 11, we will put that 1 cedi there, so you still go and it will be 12 cedis. With this understanding, I feel we need to, appreciate it. We are going to solve a looming crisis.
But you're also going to overburden Ghanaians at this point.
Where is the burden, my brother?
So in fact, look at this.
Government gave me 35 cedis. I have enjoyed it for nearly 2 months. He says, out of that 35, give me 10 cedis and keep the 25. You are saying it's a burden. It's not that the government has taken the 35 and still added something on it for me to still complain.
You know why?
I gave my child this morning 3 pieces of biscuit for school. I know that I need to get a shoe for my child. Without it, she will soon be going barefooted. And I say, instead of every morning giving my child 3 biscuits, which used to be just 1 last year, she has been excited with 3 pieces of biscuit. Now, I tell my child, instead of 3, I'm giving you 2. You are still enjoying. It's better than you used to get last year. And that money that I will make from that 1 that I'm taking from you, I'm using it to save to buy you a pair of shoes. You say this is a burden to my child because I'm not giving her 3.
Do you know why I said that this is going to
Let me know.
The reason is that so the drivers are considering to reverse the 15% tax. So if that happens, then obviously it's going to affect passengers.
You see why I'm excited?
Why are you excited?
You and I asked you, did all the drivers reduce the 15? You said some of them. Some have refused. They are still charging what they used to charge last year. So they are getting more than others. Today, that 1 cedi, you said they are going to reverse the 15% and go back to the old charge.
Yes.
What is the percentage? That 1 cedi. What is the percentage on that 12 cedis? It's around 8%.
Yes, around 8%.
Are you aware that there's an agreement? The transport ministry and the transport system, those in the transport sector, have an agreement that when fuel prices increases more than 10%, then they come and sit and decide whether to increase and how much to get. With this, we've not gotten to that 10%. Do you understand? So anyhow we look at it, we need to engage more and educate more. Next week, you go to the fuel pump. You are not going to pay extra, but what you were going to enjoy will be withheld at the central part. So you will still be paying less for your fuel and still keeping your savings.
So you say that
this is very smart.
Are you saying that the drivers' press conference was unnecessary?
Oh, you see, in a democracy, anything you want to do, people must oppose. Nowhere in the world that a government has introduced a tax or a levy that did not face any opposition. Now, the politics aspect of it, our brothers and sisters in the MPP, who not too long ago were selling a litre to you and I for over 15. At a point, I bought a litre of petrol at 18 cedis, diesel 23 cedis. Today, whilst they themselves are also enjoying the windfall, they are saying that they need to demonstrate. They are doing the politics. They need to see that whether they are still popular or not. So for them, their issue, they have a right. It's democracy.
Yes, they are Ghanaians as well.
Why are they still in their homes and offices and their cars? They should be on the streets by now.
But they've put together a date.
Yes, they should. Let's allow them to walk. It will help them. They will be in opposition for a very long time. They need that energy and stamina.
It's not just for physical exercise. They are trying to force the hands of government to reverse this particular.
They are trying to force the hands of government.
Yes, through their
38%, forcing the hands of 57%. Where have you heard that? This will be about their 4th demonstration. If my mind, even their MPs, they are 88%. 88, about 2 or 3 of them. Didn't they go and sit on the streets?
Yeah.
Was their sitting able to free Untumi?
But at least it fast tracks the.
Fast track what?
Yes.
Who to me was granted bail. It was them who could not meet the bail conditions. So they are working and we are the new patriotic. It didn't go anywhere.
They reject that they couldn't meet the bail conditions.
It was Brian Echampo who was able
Who is
to.
a member of the NPP?
Yes.
Yes.
So after how many days? Nearly 7 days.
And in fact, they were able to meet the bail conditions on Friday, the 30th of May.
And what happened?
What happened was that
One of them.
Yes.
One of them went to court. So it was their own issue.
So, but that doesn't.
It was their internal issues.
Yes, but that doesn't mean they couldn't meet the bail conditions.
They met it after 6 days. They needed 2 sureties. One was provided. They were looking for the other. Kenneth Japan went there. He went there to do talking. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came empty-handed. Went there, inside, came out and started complaining that it's too much. It was Brian Echampo who came and says, I have it. And true to his words, he had it. And
Brian
to me,
he is not a member of the NPC.
Yes, he is a member of the NPP.
Yes.
Where was he? For the past 6 days.
Putting together,
Absolutely. So you cannot blame government. It was them. Who to me should have been out much earlier. So with all the demonstration, it could not solve anything. Let them demonstrate on their dates. We'll give them support. We'll give them the security they require. We'll give them water. If they need energy drinks, whatever they need, food, we'll provide. Let them exercise. They have more demonstrations ahead of them. But let's talk about serious issues here.
This may maybe shake the government's ranks. It may, just because the demonstration may be very massive, that you might see the numbers and say, but they need to reverse. And you know what? They're going to do this demonstration in
Kumasi here.
Their voting capital.
Yes.
Yes.
Their stronghold that dropped.
There's what?
In 2024, you went out to cover.
Yes.
Ashanti region, their votes dropped. They are trying to energize their base. But the people in Ashanti region understand this mathematics better than their MPs and their leaders want them to believe.
This protest is not going to be spearheaded by only the MPP. We have other groupings
And
who are ready to protest.
My brother, I've even told you that I will support them with water and drinks. So I'm also going to help them. Health, they say, is life. They need to walk. Many of them for the past 8 years have eaten too much. They need to slim. They need to slim down. And one of the ways is to walk. I'm here and ready to support them to walk. At the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian appreciate the fact that fuel is cheaper today. We need stable electricity now. I can tell you that my electricity issue is better than it was 3 months ago, which means government is working. It should be far better that for almost 3 months we will not experience any blackout. This is what I want for Ghana.
Interesting.